Okay. So,
And
Mr. Chandan,
and also I would like to say that the reason I joined the Clapingo, I wanted to I was searching some video, conversational video, and your video was so much trending, so I decided to have a word with you, so I joined Clapingo.
thank you so much. That is such a compliment. I have heard that a couple of times, and I honestly think all of our speakers are doing the same job. All of us are going to be trending very, very soon. It's just that I came earlier, so I am trending quicker, I think. Okay.
Okay.
But now that we are here, should we focus on the English part? Thank you so much for the
Yeah,
compliments, but I think we should focus on the document also. Okay.
yeah, sure, sure.
In the last 2-3 minutes or 5 minutes, we can have a conversation, a casual conversation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So, have you gone through the document for today?
Yeah, I just quickly saw that video. It's
Good,
about the
good.
risk.
Yes, it's about risks. So, tell me, Chandan, are you the kind of person who loves taking risks?
Yeah, in sort of. And also I had taken a risk in my earlier life, like in the past life. Like I
No, no,
was doing
no.
a job.
Don't
Yeah.
say past life. That means pichla janam. Say,
Okay, okay, okay. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Past, you can say that.
yeah. Say when I was younger, I had taken a risk, or
Yeah,
a couple
yeah,
of
yeah. A
years
couple years
ago.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, a couple years
exactly.
ago. Yeah, a couple years ago, I just took a decision. It was very hard decision that I was doing a job in New Delhi, and I decided to do something which I wanted to do.
Hmm.
Like I'm a web designer, and I wanted to build my own firm, right? So I was not happy in a company, but I like my job. So starting your own firm, it is really tough,
It's a challenge.
but
Yes.
it's a very challenging. But I really wanted to do something with my own. So I started working. And finally, uh, I built my own team, and yes,
That sounds
and I left
great.
the job. I left that 9 to 6 job, and now I can work from anywhere. I'm independent. I have my own client, so it was really tough because on that moment I had no idea that I would get that same salary that I am getting like in my corporate world. So it
The
was really tough.
security.
Yeah, it was really tough. And also I have to see the practical, not the theoretical. Like if you ask any suggestion, that everybody will tell you that take a risk, but in reality you have to see many perspectives about your practical life, your current financial issue, like financial things. So according to that you have to take a decision. So yes, I did it,
That's
and but now I'm really happy. So what I did
that's
on
how's
past,
your company?
I'm. It was a good company, but the every big company there is an issue.
No, no.
Like
I'm asking you, how is your company doing now? Because in the pandemic,
it is,
everyone is suffering. That's why.
yeah, yeah, yeah. My company is doing well, but I'm not working in a company right now. I like for the last 5 years I'm independent.
But you said your company, right?
Yeah, I just build a virtual team. Like it's
Oh, I
going
thought you started a
slowly.
business, like a
No, no.
agency or
It's
something.
a kind of no, no, not exactly, but sooner I'll do that. I
It's
just
a group of freelancers.
yeah. Also, some of my friends are also doing the same thing that I'm started. So I just built some clients, some permanent clients. So for that, I'm working on it. So I'm managing the clients, and my team is working on it. So it's a
That
kind of
sounds like a brilliant idea.
because I took an idea from my company. My company was doing the same. So just suppose that I was hired for a client, and client is paying for like 2 lakhs in a month, and I was getting just a penny. So I decided, why not directly connect to the client
I
so
build
that
my
I can
own
get
team
that.
and then
Yeah,
do the
so
own
so that
thing.
I can get that amount directly from myself, that volume. So it was really challenging because to get a client, to get a trust, because I was not a brand that time. Because building a
Yes,
brand is more difficult job,
yes, it
because
is.
if you are branded, then everybody will trust you, will invest you, will give you the
True.
projects. So it was really
If there's
tough.
a name, if some company's name is involved in a deal, the credibility comes in, the goodwill comes into play. But if
Hmm.
an individual comes and asks me, hey, I'll do the same job in the same amount of money, I'll think twice because I may not trust the individual. No matter how skilled that person is, that's just human nature to not trust someone that easily, especially for
Yeah,
such huge amounts.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm very
Fair
happy
enough.
that you have established yourself, and in your own market you have credible sources, and that companies are working with you and giving you projects. I'm very happy to hear that, because India is the kind of country where businesses are more important than jobs. So it's very, very
Yeah,
good that you're
yeah.
doing that.
And
Nice.
also, I think we have so much talent. We do not use it. Our talent is used by the Americans, and they develop their economy. They increase
Yes,
the economy. So that is
that's
the really sad part of our country. Indians' talents. Like
that's
sometimes I
true.
think it is really.
It's just wasted, and it just feels bad because we have so much potential. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So, Mr. Chandan, that's completely fine. I can see you clearly.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
So, I wanted to ask you, when you were building this team, what were the biggest challenges you faced, like in terms of risk? Because obviously, like you
Uh,
said,
yeah, yeah,
once you left that
yeah,
old company, you sacrificed your salary to get a
yeah,
bigger amount
yeah,
of the profits. But obviously, there was a transition period in the middle where you were little, you may have, I think everyone is scared. Is it
yeah.
going to work out or no? What if I don't
Yes,
get
yes,
paid ever
yes, yeah,
again?
yeah,
So, what were
yeah.
the challenges you faced?
The biggest thing was to find the right person,
Hmm.
because on that time I used to get a client, because I had know what client really want, so
Mm-hmm.
I can crack the client very easily, because I know, because I had been working for last 12 years, so I know how client works, so what client really wanted, so I had a skill, I had upgraded that things. So so I just thought that if I get a client, then how can I find a right person who can complete the project within a time? Because time is very much important in there. In
Hmm.
India, we don't think about the real time, that the deadline, but
True, the
their
importance
deadline
of
is,
the value of time.
yeah, they do not bear a single minute. They do not waste. They do not want to waste a single minute.
Hmm.
So that the difficult task was to find the right person. So I invested a lot of money to find a right person, because if I hand over a project to any guy, that guy is not interested to complete the project on the deadline, even though I paid the advance, please complete
Hmm.
that project because this is very much important. They did not think like that in a serious way.
Because they were not committed to the same cause as you, or
Yeah, yeah,
they were
yeah,
not,
exactly.
they didn't believe in that idea, maybe, or it could be a lot of reasons. I understand that.
Yeah, so this is a very biggest task. Even though I asked one HR in a company, and I just asked, so what was your biggest like thing to hire a person? So that HR said to me that the biggest thing is to find the right person in a short period of time. Like a bunch of resumes are there, but we will not find a right person. So at the end, we have to be finalize
Hmm.
anyone of the but a bunch of resume, because we do not have the time. Client has given the 1 month to find a right person, and still when 1 month has over and we did not find a right person. So ultimately and lastly, uh, he has to anybody has to hire.
Yeah.
So
Chandan, just
I think,
slow down, okay? You're speaking thoda fast. So
okay.
I think if you slow down, you'll make a little less mistake also. Okay? Please continue talking.
So yeah, so it is really very difficult task nowadays. Even if you see any big company history, you will find the one thing, that is the right person. Even though I saw the Flipkart, how it was started, that Vinny Bansal and another man, the two partners.
Hmm.
I saw that video that they are saying that the difficult task was to find a right person, because they have everything. They have the ideas, they have that all the goals, but the problem is, real problem was to find a right person.
Yeah, because without execution, all the ideas are a waste. I understand.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So,
Fair enough.
one thing you can say is that the biggest obstacle or the biggest problem that we had to tackle was finding the right person for the right job, right?
Yeah,
Because you kept
exactly,
saying
exactly.
the biggest thing, the biggest thing. So, this is a vocabulary word you can use, the biggest obstacle or the biggest problem that we had to solve, or the biggest issue we had to deal with. Hello? Hello?
Exactly.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So, can I just give you some corrections before we move on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So firstly, like I told you, just slow down your speed a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, because I know it's a very passionate topic. I know even
Mhm.
sometimes I get excited when I'm talking about my favorite show or I'm talking about my job over here at Clapingo. But we need to make sure that we have enough time to think about the next sentence. Okay, even though we know what we have to say, especially when we're trying to improve our grammar, pronunciation, or anything in English, we have to make sure we slow it down a little bit. Now, let's take your software project. Okay, if you know that in your last project you made some mistakes, in this one you should be more careful, right? You should technically
Yeah.
be more
Yeah.
careful. So you'll tell your team, listen, there's no rush. I mean, obviously we have to get to the deadline, but don't rush it so much that we miss out some mistakes. The
Yeah.
filters, right?
The
So
filters.
if you if you talk really quickly, you won't have enough time to filter and make corrections.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so just relax. There's no hush. If you want to find a hack, one of the hacks that I tell my learners is that after every sentence, take a small breath. Okay, so we'll say that the biggest problem in hiring was finding the right person. I'm doing it very slowly, but you don't have to do it that slowly. Okay, but if you just focus on your breathing, your speed will automatically come under control. Now,
Right.
I understand some people have regional languages and they have to speak that fast because it feels natural to them. And I'm not saying don't ever speak fast, but until you get perfect or you get there, you have to go slow. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Don't
Yeah.
run so fast that you fall down.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. So quickly, I'll give you some corrections. Okay. You said when I was building this team, I had to take into consideration I had to take into consideration many perspectives, right? So perspective would be an incorrect
Yeah.
word over here. I think the correct word would be I had to take into consideration a lot of factors. I had to take
Yeah.
into consideration a lot of issues that a team would face or I would face, right? Perspective is nazariya, right? It's
Yeah.
what we
Yeah.
see. If I see
Yeah.
something, it's my perspective. If you see something, it's your perspective and it could be different. Both of us will have a different perspective, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Perfect.
again, if you slow down, I think it will be better because you know the meaning of the word. You didn't say it incorrectly completely, but okay. So next issue, you said it's very difficult to find a person who will finish the project on the time or on that time. One of the words, one of the sentences you said. So the correct way to say that is at that time. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so
Okay.
we need to find people who are ready to finish the project at that time or in the given time
Deadline.
slots.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the given deadline, exactly. So
Mm.
before the deadline,
Mm-hmm.
in that time span, these are sentences we can use that are correct.
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
said on the time or on that time is incorrect. Okay, now I may be speaking too fast, so please go through the recording again if you forget what I'm
Okay.
saying.
No,
All
it's
right.
perfectly fine for me.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm giving so many corrections, you might get confused.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. That is good. Huh?
Okay. And one more thing, you said this sentence a lot and it's incorrect. So please avoid saying it. Very much important. Okay. Grammatically, that is incorrect. There is no such thing as very much important. Okay. We say that project is really important. That
Okay.
project is crucial. Okay. So let's say you're really hungry. Okay, so there are two ways to say it. I can either say I'm very hungry or I can say I am famished. Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to find good vocabulary words to express ourselves.
Yeah. So
Putting
that
very
it.
or putting very much in front of words is just us being lazy technically, right?
Yeah. So
So we
polish
can
that
say
would be good. Yeah. Polish
yes.
with the vocabulary.
Yes, polish the vocabulary. So instead of very much important, I would say that project is crucial. That project is our priority right now.
Priority.
That
Yeah.
project is, um, I can't think of any examples right now. But
Beneficial. Yeah.
beneficial is what we
This
get.
is
Like,
different.
yeah,
What we get.
it's
Yeah.
a little different. we can use it, but it's a little different message that we're sending.
Different page. Yeah.
Yeah. So avoid saying very much. Now in English, very much is incorrect. Okay, so avoid saying that.
Okay.
I'm very
Okay.
much
Perfect.
tired. I'm very much irritated. I think that's just an Indian way of saying something. We can just
Yeah.
say, I'm really irritated. I'm really tired.
Mm,
Say that. That
yeah.
is somewhat correct. It's casual, but it's correct. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now,
Perfect.
one last thing, I promise, and then I think we're done with the session. Some pronunciation errors. So, can you just say these words?
Decision.
Can you say that again?
Decision.
Okay, so it sounds like you're saying decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Decision.
Yeah, decision. So basically, it's like letters D C.
Zen.
Can you say it? D
Decision.
D C.
Zen.
No, slowly say D C.
Decision.
It's not Jan. It's Jan. Zebra.
Okay. Zebra.
Decision.
Yeah, it's a it's the issue of like in the Bihar and Jharkhand, the word raw and j.
No problem. See, don't focus on the
I'm
problem.
just
Focus on the solution. Okay.
yeah,
Why
exactly.
it happened is not important. Now what we have to do
Yeah,
is important. Okay.
yeah,
Can you
exactly.
say this?
Working.
Yeah. So when you initially said it quickly, it sounded like walking.
Oh, okay, okay,
It's
yeah.
working.
So R is silent here. So walking,
Here, say this. Working.
working,